Hello, angels. Welcome to our program. This program is created so you can have helpful habits that you build throughout the next 10 weeks in order to create a successful and consistent business. So, I wanted to start with our first habit that is something that you not only have to do when you are trying to achieve a goal, such as earn an incentive trip by January, but also something that you have to have um, every single day, every single week, month, and year of your life in order to be growing and working towards something. So, the first goal is to create a vision of a life with fulfilling goals. And so you can start with the vision being the cruise, if that's really what has inspired you, that has made you say, I really want to dive into my business, I want to grow it, and I want to earn that trip. If that is the vision right now, absolutely that can be it. However, once that trip is earned and you've gone on the trip, you're going to have another vision, another bigger goal that is going to push you to continue to do those same actions day in, day out, every week, every month, every year of your business. So, the reason why it's important to have some type of a vision is because when we can see it clearly, we know what we're working for. And this is something that a lot of you have heard before, but it's something that has to be done over and over again. So if I shared with you guys that I put the cruise on my desktop of my computer, so I see it every day, so I have a vision of what I'm working towards. This specific incentive, as well as the Disney World incentives, are very personal to me. Disney World was something that I always dreamt of being able to do, to bring my kids to, and that's how I earned the first time. And because I knew what a great experience it was, I also wanted to experience it again with my kids a little bit older. So that's what drove me. And now the Alaskan cruise, I would like to be able to bring my husband on that cruise for his 50th birthday, as well as I've never been to Alaska, and he has several times. He's been there for work. He loves it. He even tried to get us there for his last duty station when we were in the military. And so I know it's something that he loves, Alaska. And so those are my motivators. Those are what gives me the clear reason and why I want to earn the trip. Now, when we don't have a clear vision of where we're going, we tend to become sporadic and go all over the place. And we don't have a real direction of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And so we start to feel aimless. And when we feel aimless, we tend to feel like we have purposeless, lives. What am I doing today? Why am I even getting out of bed? Right. And that's when stress starts to build up, anxiety starts to build up. And so this is something that's important for you to implement into your personal life as well, not just for your business. You have to know clearly why you are doing every action from the second you wake up to when you go to sleep. We're going to be creating habits this next 10 weeks that are going to help you be able to build the energy and the mindset to do the things you want to do in life, and obviously that it'll bleed into your business. And so you've heard the word intentional. I wanted to talk about intentional is so important because every action that is being asked of us to do in this business and in the incentive criteria has to be intentional. There has to be actions that we are purposely trying to achieve. And so what are those three areas, right? We are trying to offer the opportunity. We are trying to book parties so we can meet new people to offer the opportunity to, as well as we're using the products as a tool in order to meet new people to offer the opportunity to, right? And so these are all intentional actions with the end result of having new team members. Now, once they're on board, we also have to be intentional with how we explain how they too can create a business that is successful and earn this trip with us as well. And sharing those intentional actions of doing what you do, sharing with them why you are intentional with booking parties, why you are intentional with offering the opportunity, why it is important to get products into people's hands. The compensation plan is built so we can work smarter, not harder, right? That is the intention. This business and this type of structure is the only type of structure out there that you can be able to make more money over time by working with people and less people actually than if you were trying to just build your business off of sales. Okay. And the reason why is because you're literally helping other people achieve their goals. So once we have these people on our team, we have to fluctuate our energy to helping them achieve their goals, which is in the end is going to help us achieve ours. Now, I encourage you to not make the focus of getting people certified and promoted and all of that, because you know you're going to get those points. Yes, there's two sides. You want to know and have an idea of what you need to do, but I also want you to lead with a generous and selfless heart. I want you to genuinely, excuse me, be looking at helping these people achieve their goals genuinely, because you really want them to succeed. And I promise you, that's going to be so much more fulfilling than only focusing on your goals. Because another experience that I could promise you is that you could achieve all your goals, but if there's nobody achieving their goals with you, it's not fulfilling. It's just like having $1 million, but nobody in your life that loves you or to love, you know, and so you want to remember that this is a team effort. This is a business built off of teams. And so we want to be doing this together. Okay. So should always be our ultimate focus and goal, is to transition people into becoming consultants and then helping them do the same thing. Okay. Now hosting helps build our clientele faster instead of one-on-one, right? And so that's why we intentionally are booking parties, is because you want to be working smarter, not harder as well. Yes, obviously it's important to be willing to do those sit and sniffs one-on-ones for people that just can't do the party or won't do the party. However, if we're just bypassing the party style or event or whatever verbiage you want to call it, you're working harder, not smarter. And because this is where you're going to meet your new hostesses that are going to meet and introduce you to even more people. Because if you're just doing one-on-one, you're not giving yourself an opportunity to meet people that can grow your business and that you can help bless them with the business. Club memberships, we have to be intentional with introducing those club memberships and getting people on memberships, because it's reoccurring income. It's less work on your end and theirs as far as getting their products. You don't have to worry about connecting with them to get their order. They don't have to remember to, connect with you to get their order. You don't have to worry about coordinating delivery, all of that stuff. They get perks. So this is what you want people to become if they don't want to host and they don't want to become consultants at the time. However, getting them on board as a club member is going to be easier later on to transition them into seeing why becoming a consultant actually makes sense, because they can get commission off of their own membership. They can stay active by that membership, and they're already doing what they need to do as far as being a consultant. Now, remember, the buying process is the tool. The product is literally the connector. And so we have to be intentional with, this product is going to connect me to this person. How's it going to connect me? It's going to help me understand what type of fragrance they like, which helps with personality and likes and dislikes. Decor, which is also their own personal, style preferences, which opens up more conversation to get to know them better. And over time, the more you know about them through the products, you're going to be able to plug in how Scentsy, as the opportunity, as a business, can, or just the culture itself, can bless them and add value to their lives. So I hope you guys are following all of the clear, intentional reasons why all these factors are so important in our business. And that we have to understand that the vision has to be able to build a business. And these things are part of your business. And so if we decide to delete certain parts of it, we're not going to have a solid foundation that's going to hold up that business. Okay. But again, one of the ways you really get a lot of bonuses in, or like points in this structure, is by promoting yourself, which is by helping your team members do their launch parties, make sales, book parties, them start to sponsor. So teaching them to do what you do. One thing that I'll share with you, one of the biggest mistakes I did as a new consultant, I followed the 2-year plan, which was not a mistake, which was sponsoring at least 2 people a month, selling over $2,000, listening and connecting to as much training opportunities as possible, and always having some type of a on-the-go party or event that's filling in for all my other parties that are booked. So I was always still getting that $2,000 or more on top of sponsoring new people and even gifting them their own parties if they were hostesses. So they were taking that PRV away from me. What I did wrong is I didn't teach them those same actions, all of them. I would teach them some, but I assumed people wouldn't want to do that, I guess. I don't know what was in my brain when I was the first 2 years. So I built a really good business in 2 years, but I definitely wasn't making what doctors and lawyers make within 2 years. So I had to go to my upline who created the 2-year plan and say, what gives? Like, what's going on? Why am I not making what doctors and lawyers make? And I follow it to the T. And I did not teach my team members to do the same thing. I let their excuses stop me from sharing everything I did in order to get me to where I was. And so I let their fears and their excuses, meaning, oh, I don't have the time, I don't have the skills, So I wouldn't share and break it down and how I was implementing it, because I didn't want to not have a friend, if you'd say that. I was more worried about losing friends than helping them actually achieve great things. And so that was a personal weakness of mine. And so now I've learned after 10 years that I'm not helping anybody if I'm not truly teaching them the ways of the business. And that's where this program came from. Clarity is so important. I've been very unclear in my journey before, and that's when things struggle. And so, especially when you have had a clear vision and achieved great things, when you have to kind of reinvent and kind of find and dig deep, like, why am I doing this? There's nothing really pulling me tremendously anymore. You really have to dig deep, and you might be there. You may not have, earned incentive trips yet, but you may not have a dire need for this business to truly grow. And, but for some reason you're here, which tells me you want it to grow. And so, I shared that you really need to touch base one-on-one with your sponsor or director or myself, if that's where you are. Because there's some digging we need to do, because we have to get you to a clear vision in order to make any of this work. I promise you that there are people out there that have done great things without a clear vision, but they've had a vision in some areas that they may not even realize they had, and that's what was driving them. Okay, it just wasn't clear to them because they didn't know how to explain it to somebody. So I want to make sure you guys understand that a clear vision doesn't necessarily mean something that everybody else can see. As long as you could see it and you understand it, that's important. So every week you're going to have an assignment, and you have the following Monday. So that today is August 9th. So you have until August 13th. Oh, sorry, 7th, 10th. Where am I at? 16th, August 16th. Sorry. It'll be correct in the post. By 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to post it. And the reason why I want you guys sharing and posting in this group page is because it's accountability. And so it's making sure you do the work. And it's also, I want you to start getting used to that you are inspiring. Whether you think so or not, you have the ability to inspire other people. And we're going to start with the people in this group. And especially if you have team members, most of you do, you need to think of yourself as somebody that can inspire and that has something to offer. If you struggle with that, you will struggle with this business, because this is a business of leadership. And so we have to put ourselves in the position to think of ourselves as somebody that can share something that somebody else may not know. At least you have at least a little bit more information and experience than the next person. And over time, as you dive into involving yourself in leadership programs and trainings, you're going to learn those skills. I'm still working on it myself, which means, and everybody there should never be an end to learning to be a better leader, learning to be a better consultant, friend, business owner, whatever. It's an endless task and journey. So your assignment is to sit down and start thinking of a clear vision of where you want the next 6 months to go. And the reason why I'm saying that is because many of you might say, well, duh, Jess, it's the cruise. Not everybody is inspired by this cruise. So you, especially, I'm talking to somebody that doesn't have the end result of, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get on this cruise. You need to understand that the actions you're taking are going to build your business. Now, what does that look like to you? What does your business need to look like 6 months from now in order for you to work hard, work extra time that you're not used to working, maybe getting up a little early or going to bed a little late, not watching your favorite TV show for the next 6 months or whatever, cutting things out that aren't moving you closer to your goal. Okay. So all these intentions that you're making that we all have to make in this business, in this qualification structure, we have to ask ourselves, how is this going to get me closer to my goal? If you don't know, then it's very important for you to connect with your sponsor upline. If you don't know how booking parties is going to get you closer to your goal to earn the incentive trip, you definitely need to do a one-on-one. But if you do, which I hope you do, and if you don't, it's okay. That's what this is about, is to help you find where you are struggling and where you need some support. So I want you to write down the areas of where you're going to get points, okay? Sponsoring, helping them promote, which is going to lead to you promoting, booking parties, which is going to help you get sales, and then also help you book more parties and find new team members. intentionally letting everybody know about your club membership program and where you're going to get sales and how all those areas are going to link to that trip or that ultimate goal. Now, again, talking to the people that the incentive cruise is not what's inspiring you. What is going to inspire you? Is it growing your income? And if it is, you need to be clear of what that income is. Because if you're going to start making sacrifices and doing things you've never done before or haven't done in a long time for the next 6 months, hardcore, you need to know what you're striving for and how it's going to impact your business and life. So if you're like, it'll be nice if I get some more extra income, that's not solid enough. That's not clear enough. And that's not attaching an emotional result. Because it'd be nice to have extra income. You're okay with not because you don't have it now, right? So you have to figure out what's going to emotionally attach me to putting in this work so I can have that result, and how is it going to affect my life? Okay, let's do an example. If let's just say your kid has wanted to play travel baseball for years and you just haven't been able to afford it, and that upsets you in your heart, you need to know how much that's actually going to cost. Like, really going to cost to get you going with all the gear, the dues every month, everything. So you can say, I built a business that I can financially fund this new commitment, because it's a commitment for my child to participate in. Okay. So you need to know that dollar amount. Let's say $500. Okay. So that's also going to grow your business, because if you're growing your income, you're growing your business, right? And it's going to get you on the track to earning incentive trip. Now, along the way, you're going to earn your registration to Reunion, that you get to choose to say, hey, I'm going to do that, even though because I don't want to be on a cruise or whatever. Or you never know. I told you that, and you hear this a lot, that your business only grows as much as you do. The person you are today, right now, is not going to be the person you are 6 months from now. If you are committed to implementing these habits and doing the homework and implementing the tasks that have to be done by all of us in this business, especially in this, well, not especially, just always, but for this purpose of earning this incentive trip, your mindset is going to be different. I hope it is. It will be if you're moving forward, and your view and thoughts and even fears or whatever is stopping you from wanting to go on a cruise may change. Yes, it may change. So 6 months from now, when you earn that trip, you might be saying, you know what? I had no desire. I didn't, and you may discover that it really was maybe an underlying fear of failure. So you told yourself you didn't want to go on it, so you didn't have to be so disappointed. Who knows? Or you may have a fear of the water or boats or whatever, but you've grown so much that now you're not going to live your life in fear. I hope that's the case, because I really want all of us to be together, because it's super fun. And I've been on lots of cruises and they're amazing. But I don't knock anybody that doesn't agree with me. So if you still choose to not go, I'd rather you say, you know what, I'm choosing not to go, not because I didn't earn it, right? All right, so your assignment, once again, I want you to write down on a piece of paper what your vision is, where you want to be in 6 months. I'd like to know your title. I'd like to know your income that you're making every month, and what the end result as far as January 31, what is it? What do you all want to say that you've accomplished in the next 6 months? And if it's earn for 2 on incentive trip, that's it. Or if it's just earn my registration or just earn for 1, you could even say earn the choice to go and take my incentive trip. Be very specific, because that's also a confidence builder. Just being able to say, you know what? I'm in control. I get to say whether I'm going or not because I didn't earn it. And that's something it'll really help with your confidence in your business because you're able to say, this was my choice. I want you to be as clear as possible. If you're an artist, you can draw a vision if you want, but if you just want to do words or write down, you know, I want to do this and this is where I want to be and blah, 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 blah. But I really want you to break it down as detailed as possible. If you have a vision of having a more stronger confidence, write that down. If you have a vision of being a party booking queen, write that down. I want to have this many people on my team or this many frontline. I want to help this many people promote to this. Be very specific. And then we're going to be able to break that down even more. So please post that by 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on August 16th. All right, guys, let's get our vision clear. And even if there's some vision that you feel that is important that we know that links to this, that's going to help you be motivated to make this program work for you, add any vision that you feel you need to, even if it's in your personal life. And here's the thing, guys, a little tip, your personal life has a lot to do with your success of your business. So changing your sleeping habits, things like that, we're going to be talking about them. So if you already know that some things need to change in your life in order for that to happen, and you need those things to be part of your vision, put them on there. I'd love to see them. All right. Love you guys. And happy launch of our new program. Bye.